Hi, it's Bowman here. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be looking at Welcome to Minneapolis by Cory Wong. Another amazingly funky track. I've had a few requests from this. It's actually one of the first tracks that Cory released on his debut EP. In addition to this lesson, I've been working with Mike, who's a very talented guy from Italy. He runs a channel called The Loop Connection. You may have seen this already. He does some very good covers. We have been talking about this for a while, and we've done our own cover of this song, which you can see via the link below. So please check that out and check out his channel. Some great stuff on there. I'll also be using some clips from there in the playback as we go through the lesson. The majority of this song is relatively simple to play, so it's a good one to start off with, although of course there are a few difficult parts to cover. For the transcription, I've used his version from the live in Minneapolis recording. It's just easier to hear some of the guitar that's going on there. It's very similar to the studio version. I will talk through the differences as we go through. There's quite a lot of parts are repeated, so I'm just going to go through each thing once and then you can work out the rest yourself. Once I've finished with Cory's parts, I'm going to take you through the solo that I did on the Loop Connection video. So if anybody's interested in that, you can have a look through it. As always, there is a link below to the transcription. If you do enjoy the video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Lots more great videos to come soon. There's also a link below to my Facebook and Instagram pages, as well as a donation button. Once again, check out the link below to the Loop Connection video. Let's have a look at the playback and then we'll get straight into the video. Okay, so we're going to start off with the main riff. We're in the key of C to start off with, kind of up at this position. So we start off with a slide up from the 3rd fret on your bottom E string, up to the 8th fret. A couple of scratches, jump across to the 10th fret on your D string, and then a rest. You'll notice here's a lot of rests, so we're very much getting that. The notes are very staccato, getting a very snappy kind of feel to it. So 10th fret, rest, 8th fret, rest, 7th fret, rest, 5th fret. What I tend to do there is just walk my first finger down the D string. Then we have a couple of rests and then back up to the 7th fret, all on your D, a couple of scratches, 8th fret, a couple of scratches, 7th fret, rest, 5th fret. Then we jump across to the A string, 8th fret, rest, 6, 7 on your A string. So that kind of minor third to the major third. Scratch, and finish up on the 8th fret on your E string. So slowly. That kind of thing. Now in this live version, Cory probably putting extra scratches in, so feel free in the rest to put the scratches in, but get those notes nice and staccato, nice and snappy. To get that kind of funky feel going on. Phrase then repeats. The only difference this time is that when you go down to that 5th fret, you keep that ringing on, put a bit of vibrato on it, so it's and then you're adding an extra 8th fret as well, so okay, so those first 2 bars. Then the riff kind of repeats, but Cory's adding some extra notes, some double stops on the top. So we slide up again, jump across to the 10th fret on the D, but you're adding 8th fret on your G string. And then we're walking down 8th fret on your D and G, 7th fret. So, kind of like that. And then 8th fret again, it's the same riff, except we're adding those notes on the G string. So 8th fret, twice, 7th fret, 5th fret, still on your D and G, and then finish the riff the same as we did before. Repeats, only hits the D string, 10th fret, and then we stop there. Okay, so that's the opening riff to the song. Relatively straightforward to play, it's just getting the timing and make it sound really punchy and funky. Make sure you've got that right hand going and hitting the notes at the right time. Doesn't matter if you're hitting the occasional extra scratch or the occasional extra note, as long as you're getting the feel of that riff. Okay, the next part goes like this. We're starting off with a scratch. We're on the top two strings, 11th fret on your B, 8th fret on your E. Nice clashy. Coming from the C dominant 7 chord. 10th fret on its own on the B string, 8th fret on your B and E. And then 8th fret on your G and B, and then add the 9th fret. So again, that's the minor third to the major third. The phrase finishes, a couple of scratches, slide up to the 8th fret on your D string, a couple of scratches, 7th fret, 8th fret, 7th fret, 8 on your D. So kind of like that. So the whole thing together. This then repeats. Same riff as we were playing earlier. Sliding up on the D string from the 3rd fret to the 8th, a couple of scratches, 7th fret, 5th fret, then 8th on your A, 6, 7 on your A, scratch, and then finish on the 8th fret of your bottom E string. So, then repeats the first part. And then the final time is exactly the same, and then we have a little lick. Just go something like that. So I'm starting off with the 17th fret. So 17th fret on your top E, and then 16th fret on your B, 15th fret on your G. So hit the 17th fret, hit those two together, and bend them up a bit. And then to the 17th fret on your G. I've actually marked that as being bends. On the live version, Cory, it's either bends or just a very strong vibrato. Then pull off to your 15th fret on your G, 17, 15, again you can pull off on your D string, scratch, 13, 14 on your D, finish 15th on your A string. So there is a little rest, notice there is a little rest after the bend up. So slowly. And then we go into, I guess, the chorus riff. Before we do that though, I'm going to show you what happens the second time round. So when you listen to the song, the structure kind of verse, the intro, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. So the second time round we do the whole, do all those riffs, but this time it ends up. So instead of the riff up here, we're doing this. And then into the riff. So, slowly. So a few scratches, and then we start off 8, 9 on your G string. Hammer that on if you want. And then 10th fret on your D string. Scratch 8, 10, 8 on your D string, and then 10, 8 on your A string. Scratch 6, 7 on your A, 8 on your bottom E. Scratch 6, 8, and then back down to the 6th, and then slide off down towards the riff. So just once again. And then we go into kind of what I'm calling the chorus riff, which goes like this. Basically repeats 4 times. So we're starting off 3rd fret on your bottom E, down to the 1st fret. And then 3rd fret on your A string, sliding straight up, grace note, to the 5th fret on your A. And hitting the 3rd fret on your D string. So, and slide back down, 5th to the 3rd on your A, to the 1st fret on your A string. That first bar, and the end of it, 3rd fret, kind of all one note, or all one pick, 3rd fret on your A string, slide up to the 4th fret, slide back down to the 3rd, pull off to your 1st, and back to your 3rd fret. Hit that last 3rd fret, that last C on your A string. So all on your A string, kind of a quick triplet feel. So the whole riff. Okay, so that riff repeats 4 times. The band carry on playing that, and then Cory kind of moves to a little funky riff up here around about the 10th fret. So we've actually moved, kind of gone to a G minor at this point. G minor pentatonic. So moving up here, start off 10, 11, 13 on your G, B and E strings, which is actually G minor 7 chord. Hit it once. Again, these parts are very snappy and crisp, and the original recording there's a lot of compression on there as well, so it's giving it a real crisp kind of sound. So we're moving from here. 11th fret stays the same, but you're probably going to want to move to your 3rd finger. 12th fret on your top E, 9th fret on your G. 3 times, so. It's kind of the rhythm. That's all going on while the band's carrying on with the. If you want to keep scratching on it, you can put the scratches in instead of the rests, so it sounds like. Doesn't sound as good though, so if you can get those really clean, sounds a lot better. That's pretty much what he's doing in the studio version. The live version he's doing a kind of rhythm, which we will look at later, so don't worry, I will cover both parts. Okay, so after that it all goes all the way back to the beginning, repeats all the way through. I'm sure you can follow that along with the record. And then we go into the first breakdown section, which is basically a lot of double stops. This is very difficult to play. If you have a harmonizer, you can play single notes and put the harmony on top, but I have tabbed it out as if we are playing all the thirds. So the first bar goes like this. You're going to want to take this very slowly and build it up to speed. But it does sound very cool. It's a very clever little piece. Okay, so this is all based over a B flat minor. So a lot of B flat pentatonics going on here. And what Cory's doing is playing the melody, but mostly adding thirds in the double stop. So we're starting off here, the B flat, and the minor 3rd. So the 13th on your A string, 11th on your D, down 1 fret, to the 10th and the 12th. Back up, and then we jump across, 11th fret on your D, 10th fret on your G, again move it down 1 fret, 10, 9, back up, and then finishing off 9, 10 on your G and B, up to the 10, 11. So if you know the B minor pentatonic, it's kind of just playing around with that and adding some harmony to it. It's quite difficult to play this. If it's easy for you to pluck them instead of hitting them, so you're not hitting any extra strings. Pluck the 2 strings, that's maybe another way of doing it. To get it up to speed though, it is difficult to do. The next part is even harder. Slowly goes. Basically, if we think of the B minor pentatonic up here, kind of the riff, the lick is going. Then we're adding notes on top to harmonise it. So we're starting off 14th fret on your B, 13th fret on your E, hammer on to the 16th fret on the top 2 strings, and then back to the 13th and 14th frets. And that's not easy to do, to hammer on, to get both notes on the 16th and then pull them off. And it is very fast. If you want to cheat, just do one of the strings. Or so just hammer on to the 16th fret on your E or the B and it could work. And then we're finishing 15th and 16th on your G and B. And then 13th and 14th on your G and B, hammer on to the 15th and 16th. Pull back off to 13th, 14th, and then 15th fret on your D and G strings. Again, just do one string, hammer on either string if it's easier for you. When you're playing at speed, nobody's going to notice. I'm not saying I did that in the video, but maybe I did. I'd have to check. It was fast. And then 13th fret on your D and G, hammer on to the 15th fret, pull off to the 13th fret, and then finish 16, 15 on your A and D. So slowly. Fast. Next part, 15th fret on your D and G, down to the 14th fret on your D and G, back to the 15th fret. And then 15, 14 on your G and B, down to 14 and 13, 15 and 14. So you can see the pattern that's going on here, a lot of the melody from this pentatonic, we're adding the harmony, and then do that little down 1 fret and back up again. Sounds pretty cool. It's something you could try and incorporate in your own playing. Very cool idea. And then we go 14th fret on your B, 13th on your top E. Guess what? Down to 13, 12, back up to 14, 13. And then we're going to jump up to the 18th fret. So that whole bar. And then finishing off back at the 14th and 13th. So the first time round, all of that which we've just done repeats the first time round. That was slowly, this last bar. So we're starting off 18th fret, 16th fret, pull off hammer on, back to the 18th fret, 16th fret, and then down to 14, 13, 16 on the top 2 strings, pull off again to the 14, 13, to 15, 16 on your G and B, back to the 14, 13, to the 16th fret on both of those strings. Best if you do it like that, because you're going to then put a bend on them both. So that bar, and then we go back to the so we repeat all that again, and we finish off with this lick. Which very difficult to do at speed. Again, it's pentatonic. In B flat minor with the harmony added. So 21st fret, top 2 strings. Pull off to the 18th fret. 20, 21 on your G and B. Pull off to the 18th fret. Then 20, 18 on your D and G. Pull off to the 18th fret. And the same again. Quite a lot of buzz going on here. Not frets I often play, to be fair. 20th fret on your G and 20th fret on your A and D strings. Pull off to the 18th fret. So that first part. And down to the 15th, down to the 16th and 15th on your A and D. Pull off to the 13th, 16th on your E and A strings. Pull off to the 13th twice, and you end back up on the 15th fret, so back to that G. So, okay, the rest of the song is pretty much solo sections, especially in the live. There's a great trombone solo I think on there. In our version for Loop Connection we do a bass solo and then a guitar solo, which we'll look at in a minute. Just quickly, in the next part of the transcription we look at the kind of the rhythm part. So I've broken it down. The studio version is playing something like this. Starts off G minor triad, 12, 11, 10, your top 3 strings, 10, 11, 13, so it's kind of the G minor 7, and then G minor 6, so 9, 11, 12, and then adding the 12th fret there. So the rhythm, like that, and then the second bar, so back to the 12, 11, 10, and then twice on the 9, 11, 12. And then it repeats, but this time, so on the 9, 11, 12 you're hitting it 3 times. If that's a bit of a big move, you can stay on there. And then again finishing on the... And that kind of goes through on a lot of the solos that are being played on the studio version. Very funky little riff, quite Prince-esque. Obviously from Minneapolis, I think a bit of a tip of the hat there from Cory. On the live version though, he's kind of doing this. So, alternating between 11 and 12, the top 2 strings, and the 10th fret on your A string. Not sure there's a set pattern to this, so you can play along with it, have a listen. Sometimes we're getting a bit of vibrato. But very funky. Okay, so they're the main parts of the song. What I'm going to look at now is the solo that I did on the Loop Connection video. For anybody who wants to, I think there's some cool licks in there, which is cool, which is good to share with you. If you're not interested, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video. For those of you who do want to watch, let's have a look at the solo on its own. Okay, this was quite a challenging thing to do because we've got 16 bars of playing over a G in the bass here. So it's quite hard to keep it interesting. Starting off from up down here in the G minor pentatonic. Starting off the 5th fret on your B string, bending it up a half tone, and then hitting the 6th fret on your top E string. So bending up, back to the 5th fret, bend it up again, and then hitting the 3rd fret on your top E, then 6, 3, 5 on your B, bend it up a half tone again, rest, release it, 3, 5 down your G string, 3, 4 on your G string, 5, 5 on your G and D. It's very much playing around that kind of pentatonic. Next part, so 3rd fret on your D string, couple of rests, 3rd fret again, 5, 3, your A to D, and then sliding up from the 3rd to the 5th fret. So it's kind of the rhythm. And then so we got 3rd fret on your G and B, hammer on the 4th on your G string, 5th fret on your D, 5th fret on your A, 3rd fret on your A, 3rd fret on your D, 5th fret on your A, pause, 4th fret, 3rd fret, all on your A string, and on the 1st fret bend up a little bit, then hit the 3rd fret on your bottom E string, and then slide up from the 1st fret. So slowly. Is that whole beginning a bit? Next part, starting on the 5th fret of your D string, so after we've gone, and then we hit the open G string, hammer on 3, 4, 5, and then bend that 5th fret up a whole tone. There's a bit of a pattern going on here, so it's always the open string. So hammering on this time 5, 6, 7, and bending it up a tone and a half to that F, and then 7, 9, 10 with the open G again. So the whole lick. Pull off to the 7th fret. Okay, and then we jump up to the 15th fret. So bending from the 15th fret on your B string, up a tone and a half again. And then 13th fret on your B, up a full tone. To the 11th fret, bend up the 13th fret again. So that passage. There's a little bit of a 10, 12, 13 on your G, D now. And then you're jumping to the 15th fret, bending up half tone, and hitting the 15th fret on your B string. So bending up the G string, and then hitting the B string as well. So it's kind of moving from the minor third to the major third, very common kind of blues. That whole lick. Seventeenth fret on your B string, bend it up a half tone. 15th fret on your top E. 18, 15 on your B string. 18, 17, 15 on your G. And then a couple of bends on that 17th fret on your G string. So and then do a very fast lick, which goes when slowed down. Get a lot of fast licks, it's easier to play it faster than it is slow. So we're hammering on 15, 16, 17 on your D string, and then on your G string sliding up 15, 16, 17, 18, hammering on 19, and then hitting that 18th fret on your B string. And the next part of the lick, so we're sliding again from the 15th, 16, 17 on your G, hammer on the 18 and 19. This time we're hitting the 17th. So and then to finish off, so 15, 17, 18, 19, all hammering on your G string, and then pull it back off, 18, 17, 15, ending up on the 17th fret on your D. So that bit together. And then finishing off. It's kind of 3-note per string G minor pentatonic. So on your A string, 15, 16, 17, 15, 16, 17 on your D string, all hammering on, 15, 17, 18 on your G, 15, 17, 18 on your B, 15 on your top, and pulling back off. So okay, quite a common kind of lick that I put in by adding those chromatic notes to the pentatonic. Sounds pretty cool. Okay, and then we finish off with the same lick that we did at the beginning, but up an octave. So exactly the same fingering, and then we finish off with that chromatic pentatonic run again, starting on the 15, 16, 15, 15, 16, 15, 15, 17, 18, 15, 17, 18, 15, 18, and bend it up. Okay, so a lot of it is just based around the G minor pentatonic, but adding quite a lot of chromatic notes in there and blues notes as well, just to make it sound cool. Very often when I'm doing solos, I'm thinking about the rhythm of it as well. It's very important to get the rhythm sounding good and get some funky kind of rhythms going on, not just in your rhythm playing, but in your solos to make it sound interesting. But I hope that was all of some help to you. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you again soon on the next video. Thank you.